lock. I'm on the inside. I want to get to the outside, so I need to move it. I'm moving it in a way where it's as much my body turning as it is me pulling this. So it's the body turning a bit. This relaxes so it can go by. When I can see him just on the other side of his hand, I don't want to push him way over. At that point, I'm releasing to come in here and control the elbow. I want to hit on this and push the elbow into the abdomen so that I could hit him. If his hand was down, I could trap his hand and he has no recourse. Because we're in the drill, his hand is up. When I attack him, I disengage for the drill. Then he moves and then slaps for control and strikes. I block, move, slap. Block, move, slap. I'm striking. And by accident, I threw a fist instead of a chop, and that just goes to show that, you know, he can block it to the inside or to the outside on the center line strike. So, Hubat isn't always about changing from inside to outside. Sometimes it's like staying outside. You could, you know, stay inside, but it's meaningless. So, it's not meaningless to be inside, but it's meaningless for the drill. I like to, when I'm in the back fist or the punching Hubat, where we're staying close, get in kind of a Bajang sort of thing, or a basic fighting stance, where my feet are no wider than shoulder width in any direction. It's like a step forward in a walking stance, but just a little bit wider. Keep my hips at about a 45-degree angle. This is the same place I jab or set up for a lot of my boxing. Boxing, I might be a little bit wider open. And this too, you can be, you know, footwork change where you're working an entry, you're working an exit. So I'm entering, I'm stepping back, entering, stepping back. When I think of entering, is I think of where I can go. When I think of stepping back, I'm thinking about disengagement or what I can do if he's pressing me and I need time to think. Maybe to take him along. Sorry about the direction. So that's what I mean by entering and exiting. That's more of like my mindset than what my feet are doing descriptively. I guess in theory, I could be entering on that as well. Go to the inside, stay inside, working that. Kind of getting into the crowd that I want to run away from or through. Anyway, it's supposed to be Hubat. Sorry. That's chopping, where I'm trying to chop him in the temple or sternocleidomastoid and outside of the neck there. Clavicle. Same kind of energy, coming down with a stick in my hand, butt into the stick. That's what this drill is from. If I had a stick, I could do this. Alright, so anyway, the Hubat, I said if I had a stick, now I have one. I rolled up a Riverfront Times, a fine St. Louis publication. You should check it out. It also rolls up nicely like any magazine. If you use two of them, so much the better. I think two made the nicest one. So probably one regular daily paper would do the same thing. Just roll it up into a wad or half of one. Anything you can roll up tight. The stick work of striking isn't going to be as effective with this. That's more of, I think, hitting the eyes, side of the nose, quick in the mouth, boom, the groin. Setting up things like the thrust with the weapon. I think the thrusts with the weapon are what's going to give you what you want in these circumstances. It's just not really a stick, so I use it as a thrusting weapon more than a swatting weapon. I use the swat to set up the big thrusts. So anyway, in the Hubat, that chop becomes a thrust of the butt of the stick into the opponent. Okay, so now he's got his own stick, right? So he's now moved out, disengaged his free hand, trapped, and now you see how his weapon hand is free. This is what makes the drill a powerful drill just by itself. Now the dynamics of it, he releases me, otherwise I'm doomed. All right, and now when this lock is coming over, it's not just to disengage like it is when there's nothing in your hand, but you actually hit the weapon. This is called a redondo. You hit the weapon, 1, 2, 3, see, and then the butt. So this is what's missing in the empty hand drill, and what makes it more dynamic in the stick, because in the stick, he's also got to watch and do his thing, but control and make sure he's not in that easy redondo range. So he's thinking about the stick too. And every now and then, if you put one out, you can see. And those are half beats. If you do half beats of the body, sometime with. And so it's nice to be able to take it, And so it makes the drill not competitive, but it's cooperative, but it's dynamic. It's competitive in a way of, you can show your rhythmic changes, and your body's energy works, and change your lines. And you can move, so the dynamics of the drill there, plus in all of them, there's the locks and the takedowns and different kinds of things. And you see, you can still hit the thumb, breaking it, try to take the weapon, get the shoulder drop, whatever, whatever you can do with the weapon. But the Huba drill is wonderful. So now all the lines that are off of it, you can imagine all the different ways you can use the weapon on those lines. So we already discussed the straight in that he can go outside with, or cross in the middle. You can say, oh, man, I was leaning the wrong way, or oh, I was already where I want to be. Oh, shoot, I don't want over there. So who knows why you might do it one way or the other, but the back fist, since that's so close, that's the hammer fist. Lateral hammer fist. Downward energy, downward. That's a little bit different, but I just sprung it on. The half beats are in there, so I'm tapping the body there, with that stick instead of the head like we were before. But you see, those half beats are what mix up the drill, so that once you get custom in the drill, and the drill flows for you, then you can start to customize it with your particular defense techniques, and that's what makes it exciting. So the last few things are elbows, which you take them and try to catch them in, pass them through. I try to intercept, try to misdirect. So intercept, misdirect. I'm working underneath on that point. I'm working it, Same thing here. So those are your same thing. If I have the stick, I come in here, I could butt him into the pit, or into that same thing, butt him into the face. Redondo, come down through, taking the arm again to stretch him out for something else. Maybe just step in and throw him, or go behind him. Or if I have a knife in the other hand, it makes it even more dynamic. So I think that about covers Huba.